there, KJ Picks and Predictions. The KJ Show is back. Today, not with picks and predictions, but actually with the recaps of the football games. So I'm going to make this a bit quick, and after that I will maybe do an in-depth recap or an off-season preview, because I'm really feeling in the mood for talking some football right now. Going to go eat dinner, have some nice dinner, and then I'm going to come back and talk some more about football to you guys. So, let's start off with the most recent game. I'm going to recap. I'm going to make it a bit quick, like I said. Giants at Packers. So, first quarter is where we would start off. Let's say first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter is where I saw the game I was expecting to see. Now, I picked the Giants. I went 3-1 in the wild card, picking the Texans to win, which was obvious, the Seahawks, which was obvious, the Steelers, which was obvious, and then picking a bit of an upset, to be fair, picking the Giants. If you look at the scoreboard, okay, obviously they did not win. They did not come close. But in this first quarter, you saw the game I would have liked to see. I would have liked to see for my pick to be right, in which I was expecting to see throughout the game. It just happens that the Packers have a guy named Aaron Rodgers, so that did not work out quite as well for me. First quarter, though, Eli Manning was playing great. He was having a nice drive, throwing it to all of his receivers, and then Eli Manning goes deep to an Odell Beckham, who for some reason can run the routes perfectly, get into open space, and then drop a ball. Now, you can defend him. You can say, well, the ball is really hard, cold weather, first playoff game, nervous, young, I don't know, all of these things. And then there's another problem for Odell, and of course I'm going to talk about this. The picture in Miami where he was on the boat with his teammates, probably smoking some pot, I don't know, not going to say anything about that, but he was there and he posted a picture. He showed everyone, hey, we're chilling out in Miami. This is what we're doing. And he did that on purpose. And it was not a quick selfie. It looked like an album cover to me, as Colin the Herd would say. So people are going to say there's a connection between this, and I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure there isn't. And I frankly don't care what they do a week before the game. Now, yes, you should be preparing for the game, but I don't think this had much of an effect. If it had, it was mentally effect. Just the problem is you gave the media an opportunity to criticize you, and of course they're going to ask questions about that. And the negative thing I see out of this, which is why you shouldn't do it, is not even the fact that you will be not prepared for the game, because I'm pretty sure Odell can do all of it. He can catch the ball, he can run with the ball. That's not the issue. The issue is if you do drop a ball early in the game, like Odell Beckham did, not once, not twice, he actually ruined a few drives by that, because you trust Odell to catch that ball. He did not catch that ball. Many times, in fact. Two or three drops in this game, too much. One drop is too much for Odell, and he's a guy who can drop the ball every once in a while, but usually it makes up for it. Today was not one of those days, however. So back to the story, it is, though, that, as I was saying, you give the media a reason to criticize you, and rightfully so. Now, I don't see this as a big deal to me personally, but I think within the game, he dropped the ball, it was getting to his head, he dropped another ball, and he thought to himself, oh god, I really got to make these catches, I really got to play good now, or else people are going to criticize me. He doesn't care about his team losing, and that, I think, a normal person in that situation would of course care about that, but he was most likely thinking to himself, oh man, if I'm going to lose this game, if I'm going to play badly again, they're going to criticize me for the picture I've posted. And I'm pretty sure Sterling Shepard and Victor Cruz were thinking the same thing. Now, what does that do? That basically makes three of your receivers, all of them that were on that picture, nervous, and makes them basically inactive. So that's really bad, and that's really bad for themselves, and it hurts their mentality within the game. And if you have many questions that you can't answer, maybe even after the game. Now, I'm not saying this will affect next season whatsoever if you've come to that conclusion, but I do think this could have an effect. Now, that's really the main storyline of this game. There's not much to say. Eli Manning played well, and he was really let down by his receivers, and I hope that they apologize to him. Maybe not apologize in the way you're thinking of, but tell him that he played well and that the receivers could just not hang on to the ball, and the receivers himself should tell him, and I'm pretty sure Ben McAdoo will tell Eli Manning that as well. Now, this game did get out of reach, though, 13-38. So the Packers have a guy named Aaron Rodgers, and this starts off in the second quarter where they allow a touchdown where Aaron Rodgers was in the pocket for 8 seconds or 9 seconds, rolling around, bodies flying right and flying left, and he threw the ball into the end zone where Randall Cobb wasn't even open, but he made the catch. So, alright, that can happen against Aaron Rodgers. Now, there's another thing that can happen against Aaron Rodgers, but you can't let it happen. That's impossible. So it's 4th and 2 from midfield, going into halftime. Really going into halftime 1 point back is already bad for the Giants the way this game's been going so far, but that's how it is. So Aaron Rodgers, he drops back. The Giants, I don't know why, they don't have all their safeties back. You can't let Randall Cobb get behind you. You can't let any receiver get behind you, especially on a Hail Mary. And you know Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball perfectly in this Hail Mary situation. So what were you doing, Giants? Horrible play. And then after this, the game just got out of reach. Another drop by Odell Beckham, and this game's over. And the Packers got hot. Aaron Rodgers got hot. The defense could finally contain this Giants team. And Tavares King actually got the touchdown catch. The one guy that was not on the picture got the touchdown catch and was honestly the best receiver on the field, if you think about it, for the Giants. So that's really all there is to say about this. The Packers are hot. They still have a bad defense. I just think the Giants would have had a much better chance of beating the Cowboys. And I think the picture did have an effect on the game, but in the way I've just told you, affecting the players mentally, not affecting anything else really. So now we have Steelers-Dolphins. Going to make this a bit quicker. I actually wanted to be done by now, but that's okay. So Matt Moore, bad game, showing promise though. He completed 80% of his passes, and I think Ryan Tannehill could have made this game much more interesting, although Matt Moore is definitely a good backup. Maybe a team will give up a 5th round pick for him, like the 49ers, if they're that desperate, if they don't want to get Mitch Trubisky. Maybe Myles Garrett falls to them, probably not. Maybe they'll take Jonathan Allen, which is what I would do. So maybe that could happen. I really think that would be okay. So maybe that could happen, but that's not what we're talking about here. So Matt Moore, 4 careless mistakes. Now, fumble, James Harrison, blindside hit. He should have thrown the ball away, took him the sack, or tried to scramble away, even though that was probably not in his abilities. So then it was another stupid interception that he just threw, oversaw a linebacker, picked. Another one I believe was tipped. Or no, it was the screen pass that was also picked. Now you can't make that throw. You see, okay, they got the screen pass covered, just throw it away. That's fine. And then there was another fumble. So 4 careless mistakes. He can get a drive going. He can really be a good quarterback in that sense. Then he gets to the red zone and he'll have some careless mistakes. Another fumble where him and Jay Ajayi basically hugged and then lost the ball. So I think this game could have been close, and I was not as impressed with the Steelers as some may think you should be. So Le'Veon Bell was amazing, and Ben Roethlisberger was, and he did have that interception. I think it was on the wrong play, however. I think it should have been intercepted the play or the 2 plays before that, where I think a defensive lineman of the Dolphins dropped back into coverage, and of course couldn't catch the football because he's a defensive lineman, gets tipped, and James, the tight end, I think it is, Jesse James, caught the ball. So that's all you can really say about that. Then the next pass, or 2-3 passes after that, throws one up to Antonio Brown. Really great pass. Antonio Brown lets it slip through his fingers, and it gets picked off. Now, I don't think this was a big momentum changer, especially after Matt Moore actually lost the ball when he was in the red zone at the 9-yard line after putting up a really great drive, to be honest. Jay Ajayi is stuffed by the Steelers team. I just don't think they are that impressive as you might think they are. And I really have some other things to say about the Steelers team, just not right now. Alright, so in the next one I don't really have much to say about the Seahawks, the Lions, just how I think it was going to happen. Lions couldn't pick up first downs. Earl Thomas went to the defense before the game and really hyped them up, pumped them up, so they got really hot for the game, and that's exactly what happened. They did not allow anything. 6 points and those were 50 plus yarders from Matt Prater because he's amazing. You could have shut this team out if they didn't have Matt Prater. So garbage time scores as well for the Seahawks. Thomas Rawls rushed for a few yards, and I'm not sure if I can pick this team over Atlanta because I'm not that impressed. I am impressed with the defense, just the offense. I don't think they can score enough points to keep up with Atlanta, and I don't think any defense can really stop Atlanta right now. Because Julio Jones, how are you going to stop him? He is like 6'6", and he can catch everything. You can be as good as you want. You can work as a unit. You can have the most amazing cover skills ever. You cannot cover him. It's impossible. You can if you're the best coverage guy in the league, you can cover Odell Beckham and not let him catch a ball. But Julio Jones, you just cannot. Julio Jones is just taller, and that's how much of a difference that makes. So I'll be right back to you for you guys, speaking about some more football. That wraps up the games, though, really. I'm going to talk some more about the individual teams and maybe get a bit of a preview for next season. And then, of course, my divisional round playoff predictions. Probably not today, though. So I've been speaking quickly, and I'm going to end it right here. So hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.